Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, I'm going to be running over something really quickly. I know due to the fact that it is on the global version now, you can kind of, go through and have a quick read of it, whereas, when it came out on the Japanese version, you have to go through all that translating. It's a little bit better, just having someone explain it to you. But going to be going over the 7 constellations, the new kind of power creep that has been added to 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Now, if you jump over to your hero box here, where you usually have the CC bonuses, you can press on the account buff. And here we have the new 7 constellation system. Now, jumping right into it, if you guys play Dragon Ball Z Dokkan, this looks an awful lot like your hidden potential and is basically the same thing. However, it provides stats and not only goes to one character, but goes throughout your entire box. So if we quickly have a look at here, I quickly went through the tutorial and they get you to select a node. But if we say jump over to this green one here, we can use these things called growth points in order to activate these nodes. And as you can see, increases all eyes regeneration rate by 0.3%, a very small buff. But how do you get these growth points? Now, gaining growth points basically via doing anything that increases how your box looks. If you guys watched my summoning video, which if you haven't, by all means would recommend go checking it out. Link would be in the description. But when summoning for new characters, obviously they appear in the box, you get growth points. If we have a look at Iori Yagami here, and I go ahead and level him up, I'm not sure if just leveling up the character gets you growth points, but okay, yeah. But if we go ahead and evolve him here, save this one just for this video here, we'll go through here and it will come up with the... Oh, okay, no, so they've actually fixed it. So when this was released on the JP version, literally anything you did, every time you'd level up a character or awaken him, it showed up with the growth points. But if we go ahead and jump back into this section here, those growth points will, appear in the section here. You don't have to have that animation show up every time. But whether it's leveling up characters, awakening them, doing like the stat awakening, like the... what is it? Not the super awakening, but just the regular stars. If we jump over to, where'd they go? I've lost them now. They're all purple. Sweet. Here we go. Go just like the regular awakening. I believe getting costumes and whatnot also does them. Literally anything. Now, the doing equipment, obviously, because you can just do it infinitely, does not attend to this. So any progression in here will get you these buffs. Now, granted, this is a very whale heavy system. All those whales, although any free-to-play player could be, like 300,000 CC. If they just invest in the one team, it's definitely not a hard thing for a free-to-play player to be 300,000 CC. But having a free-to-play player where they have all of the units on level 90, almost impossible. I'd say it probably is impossible at this point. I doubt any free-to-play player has that. But so this does definitely play into the more whale-leaning system. Now, in saying that, almost any kind of power creep does so. Like, if you can spend money in any way to it, or like have an advantage from spending money, even just like summoning, for an example, which is like the main thing we do in gacha games, is like a whaled system. You're able to get characters other players aren't, that don't spend money. The awakening stuff, you get materials from, you can just purchase materials and that can help you level up your characters more, which in turn gives you more of an advantage. So I feel any kind of power creep they're going to add to the game can be labeled as this, like, oh, it's just advantaging the whales, where we can't stay at the same point forever. Like, we're never just going to have, level 90 Super Awakening 5 for the next year. Like, I can guarantee you there's going to be more stuff added, and here's another example. But if we go ahead and quickly click on one of these nodes here, we press the activate, that'll go ahead and speed through them. Kind of like how it does, and this quickly shows you the stats. So if I go ahead and quickly try and just get through these, you can also have like a quick little brief of the kind of stones you'll be using, and that's actually a lot faster than I expected to. Okay, we'll go ahead and activate all these, and I believe once activating your entire first constellation, you will unlock the second, and you can go through and so on and so forth. You can keep getting those done, but I'll quickly go ahead and activate all these, and we'll get on to the next one. There we go. So the Constellation of Lust is now done, and if we exit this one here, you can now see we have the Constellation of Greed, which is now active. And as someone who, I spend quite a bit of money on this game, at the beginning of this video, I had what was like 12,000, 14,000 growth points, which it's definitely something. No one's going to have all of these done. There's no way. The highest, I think on JP, the highest box count CC is 10,000, which is like, at that level, it's not only like, oh yeah, I have a, UR set for every character. They have UR gear sets for literally every single individual character in their box. All 5 of the Gothas, all of the Meliodases, all of this. So it is a crazy amount of investment you have to do to get to that point. But something I feel as if though I should mention as well, I completely missed this activate all button in the corner, so definitely glad I got that out in the video. That is so nice to watch. I don't know why they haven't implemented that into Dokkan, just on a completely side-related note, but there we go, Constellation has been complete, and it goes over some of the main stats there. Bringing this up as well, you can also see all the minor stats, and does that show up for both of them, or do you have to go to... Okay, I think you have to go through them separately, you can't all bring them all up in the one, yeah. Once again, combat class is all here, same as usual, and one more thing I'd like to talk about. You see, you know, you go through the increases all of these substats and whatnot, but when you actually jump over to your characters here and have a look at their stats, they will still be the same. These stats in the actual character selection are not affected by the, you know, account CC, all of this constellation stuff, which definitely helps give a good, you know, scope of your character. You can't just summon a character right off the bat and have a look. Like, you can still see what the character looks like at its base level, which is really, really nice. And if I go activate all here, will that also... Oh, we can also finish this one as well, which is really, really nice. But happy they introduced this system. I don't know if I'd call it happy, but it's definitely nice to see Power Grip. It's just another thing, you know, you can slowly invest and intrude. Like, it's a nice new change. I am definitely glad it works for all of your characters, and it's not like a, you know, just more investment you have to put into the one character. As a recent, you know, most things in Grand Cross, like, you have to do the Super Awakening for the one character. The UR gear is a really, really nice system where, you know, it goes across all the named versions of that character. But I don't know. Hope this video did a pretty good job of explaining to you guys. If you guys needed it, please hit like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.